Hi guys, this is Simon Sage from Into Mobile. Today we're taking a look at the BlackBerry Bold 9790. It's kind of a smaller cousin to the BlackBerry Bold 9900. Recently came to Canada by way of Rogers, Bell, and Telus, all the big three carriers up here, but still not down in the US. Presumably AT&T could offer this, but they haven't yet. It's going for $100 on a 3-year contract up here. And the specs are, although a little bit lower than the 9900, aren't really that much of a dip. The processor clocks in at 1 gigahertz. There's a 768 megabytes of RAM in there. There's a 5 megapixel camera on the back here with autofocus and LED flash. Autofocus is actually something the 9900 is lacking, so the 9790 here is already doing pretty good. There's a 40 by 360 touchscreen on here, so that's a bit lower resolution than the 640 by 480 you'll find on the BlackBerry Bold 9900, and it generally runs pretty smoothly. You know, it's still the same BlackBerry 7 experience, which in turn wasn't that much of a leap from the BlackBerry 6 experience, but at least it's good and responsive here, and you've got a nice keyboard, a little bit smaller than the Bold 9900. Style-wise, there's a lot of the same stuff going on here that you've seen with the other OS 7 devices. Namely, one of my favorite additions is the new volume media keys here, where it's just a really tiny sliver, and you got a small bump for pause, play, and mute. Up top we've got the single lock key, and down below we've got the micro USB slot. I'm still not a huge fan of the bottom slot there. It makes sense for docks, but I find that when it's at my desk, it means that I've got wires coming around in front of me, or I've got to spin the phone around, so just slightly awkward. But on the whole, you're going to see a lot of the same stuff here as you have in the other OS 7 devices, such as near-field communications that is enabled, I believe, on this version. Carriers have the ability to lock this stuff down, so it really varies based on where you pick it up. There's still no mobile hotspot here, but that is an OS update that seems to be making the rounds lately. Sprint just unloaded it on a bunch of different devices. I think the Torch 9850 and the Bold 9930. So presumably this one will be getting that feature soon. Just for as far as the core BlackBerry experience goes, a lot of stuff happens in the messaging application here. You get your email, instant messaging stuff, Facebook messages, of course BBM. It's a very popular instant messenger, exclusive to other BlackBerry users. You also get notifications for, say, application updates. So it's really a nice hub for getting everything together in one place. Third-party applications can plug into it. There's also universal search, so you can just start typing from a dead start here, and you start getting local and extended search results here. So you can launch into a Google search, or see locally what you've got in your calendar or contacts. So pretty handy. Definitely inspired just a little bit by WebOS, like a couple of other RIMS products, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's definitely a nice layout here. We've got different ringtone profiles depending on what works for you, so you can set different ringtones for specific contacts as you will. We can show you App World here real quick. This has been recently revamped, so they've got kind of a new carousel layout. And they've just recently updated so that there are gifting options. So you can actually say to one of your other BBM contacts, "Hey, I want this app," and then they can buy it for you all through BBM, which is kind of cool. There are also new content ratings, so apps are now rated by like general audience or teen or whatever. So that's a decent step towards making everything kind of family friendly here. You may have seen one thing here in the carousel, BBM Music. That is a subscription music service that RIM's been offering. I'm still not sold on it, but for $5 a month, you get to pick 50 songs that are within your personal library. Then you expand that library by adding new BlackBerry contacts. So basically, you get to listen to the crappy music all of your friends pick. So I haven't been enjoying it myself too much personally, but we can launch into it real quick here. You can take a look at what it's like. There's an update stream here, so you can see new people that your contacts have started sharing with. as well as dig around through. I've switched devices recently here, so but it's all right. I find licensing can be a bit of an issue, but that's kind of an ongoing thing for any subscription-based music service, where you have a song in your library, but then the copyright holder pulls their cooperation from such and such a service, so all of a sudden you don't have a certain song in your playlist. There's also geographic limitations too, so if you have friends in the US, you can't get access to their music, or for the most part anyway, because the licensing issues for music is very different across borders. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. I would much rather just pay $10 a month rather than the $5 and get RDO or Slacker. So anyway, on the whole, I'm pretty happy with the BlackBerry Bold 9790, and almost happier than I was with the Bold 9900. I would say battery life goes a long way for that. You know, there's a slightly cooler processor here on here, and the screen resolution is a little bit lower, but still very sharp. I'm still perfectly happy with it. You know, comparable screen resolution here, just as fast, a couple of hang-ups, but nothing really serious, and a camera with autofocus. It's quite the novelty, huh? So anyway, feel free to swing by intomobile.com for our full review of the BlackBerry Bold 9790.